Welcome everyone, this is Bōde's Vancouver real estate market update for July 2022. This video is going to quickly show you what's happening in the Vancouver property market at a macro level. And then I'm going to show you where you can find all of the data for your specific neighborhood and property type on Bōde.ca. But first, what is Bōde? For those that don't know, Bōde is a Canadian tech company that empowers people to buy and sell their own homes. We make it easier and more convenient than ever before, while also saving you a lot of money. So let's dive in. What's happening in the Vancouver property market? So first we're going to have a look at new listings. So here you can see the number of new listings that have come to market each month for the last 4.5 years. And while it's been a little bit variable in these years, you can see it typically follows the same kind of seasonal trend. The bright pink line shows you 2022, and you can see earlier in the year there were typically more new listings than there have been in previous years, but most recent month in June, new listings just up 3% versus the average of the previous 4 Junes. So getting back towards normal territory in terms of the number of new listings per month. And then in terms of sales, a similar story here. In fact, sales are down 9% in June versus the average of the last 4 years. So despite very high levels of sales earlier in the year, that's now dropped back down to being lower than typical for this time of year. So new listings are up a little bit, sales are down 9%. If we take a look at the total amount of inventory or the total number of homes for sale, that's also down versus typically for this time of year, down 15%, but that's again starting to come back closer to normal, whereas earlier in the year, inventory levels are very, very low. And then if we take a look at months of supply, similar picture here. Months of supply was very low earlier in the year, getting back more towards typical levels now because of that slowdown in the number of sales. So back above 4 months of supply, which is putting the market back towards balanced territory. It's been a seller's market for a very long time in Vancouver, starting to come back more towards balanced, which is good news for buyers. So what does all of that mean for prices? Well, this chart shows us what's happened in terms of Vancouver property prices for the last 17 years. And in general, property prices have been going up very consistently year over year, with just a slight blip here between 2016 to the middle of 2018. But in the most recent year or two, prices have been going up very quickly again. However, that's just slowed down now in the last few months. And if we take a look at in June, prices were down 2% over month, so down 2% in June versus May, but they're still up 12.4% year over year. So while prices have started to decline over previous months, still up versus this time last year. So that's what's happening in terms of the broadest Vancouver market. But what you're likely interested in is what's happening in your neighborhood or the neighborhood you're interested in buying in. And you can find out all of that information on our website at Bōde.ca. We have 3 tools for you to use. The first one's called Market Data. And this is where you can see the same supply and demand and price trends that we've just gone through together, but for your specific neighborhood that you live in. And you can also filter by property type in there to get a really good feel for what's happening in your market. You can also check out our sold data tool, where you can find out what any home has sold for in the last 2.5 years. So if you see a sold sign go up in your neighborhood and you want to find out how much it's sold for, you can check it out on our website. And finally, if you'd like to see some comparables to your own home or to a home you're interested in, you can simply enter some features of that home and we'll serve up the most similar live listings as well as the most similar recently sold listings, so that you can get a really good feel for what your home is worth in this market. So check out all of those tools at Bōde.ca. And if you have any questions, please let us know in the comments below. And finally, subscribe to our channel so you can get all of these updates each month in the future. Thanks very much.